You're standing in your living room. She's crying, her voice trembling. She says, "Why are you doing this to me?" And for a moment, you doubt yourself. You question your own reality, your own intentions, your own sanity. But here's the part you missed, brother. An hour ago, she was perfectly fine. An hour ago, she dismissed your feelings like they weren't real. And now, when you finally set a boundary, she collapses into an emotional storm so perfectly timed, it feels scripted. You think you're seeing emotion. You're not. You're seeing an emotional mechanism, one designed, consciously or not, to pull you away from logic and into surrender. And what I'm about to tell you will change how you see every relationship you've ever been in. For thousands of years, men survived through physical strength, while women survived through psychological strategy. Before laws, before society, before comfort, her survival depended on convincing, influencing, bending, and yes, manipulating the emotions of the men around her. Not out of evil, out of biological imperative. In evolutionary terms, her greatest weapon wasn't force. It was emotional intelligence, honed like a blade. Today, in our modern world, the survival threat is gone, but the programming remains wired into her dopamine circuits, her neurological reward loops, her limbic responses. When she tests you, pulls away, or uses emotional swings, her brain is running ancient software. And most men, they have no idea. So how does it work? It works by disrupting your male brain chemistry. Tactic 1. Warm, cold oscillation. She gives affection, then withdraws it. Your dopamine spikes. Your clarity dissolves. You start chasing the version of her that only exists in small doses. Tactic 2. Blame flipping. She reframes the argument in a way that puts responsibility on you, even when it started with her behavior. Your logical mind tries to solve it, but she's not playing logic. She's playing emotion. Tactic 3. Emotional overload. Crying, panic, raised voice, collapsing into your arms. Your nervous system goes into protector mode. Your prefrontal cortex shuts down. Your decisions become emotional, not rational. It's not about being evil. It's about instinct. Some women use this instinct unconsciously. Others perfect it. Here are the signs most men ignore. Example 1. She gets affectionate only after she senses you're distant. She mirrors your withdrawal to regain control. Example 2. Arguments never end until you apologize. She waits, silent, cold, punishing, until you break. Example 3. She forgets her mistakes, but remembers yours with forensic precision. Now the case studies. Case study A. A man gives his girlfriend everything: time, love, attention, effort. She becomes irritable, withdrawn, cold. But the moment he stops giving, she becomes sweet again. Because in her programming, your overinvestment kills her attraction. Case study B. Another man sets a boundary. He says no. And instantly, she collapses emotionally. Not because she's hurt, but because the boundary disrupts her emotional leverage. These signs aren't random. They're patterns. Modern society has turned these instinctive behaviors into weapons men aren't allowed to talk about. Culture tells her, "You're never wrong. You're always the victim. Your feelings override facts." Social media rewards dramatic emotional expression. Movies portray men as villains. Therapists often default to male blame. And men, we're trained to be emotional shock absorbers. Apologizing, fixing, explaining, calming, rescuing. Brother, the system doesn't just ignore male suffering. It monetizes it. It thrives on compliant men who fear confrontation. And here's where every man ends up. When he doesn't recognize manipulation early, you lose your voice, your edge, your independence, your masculinity. You walk on eggshells. You hesitate before speaking. You censor your truth to keep the peace. Until one day, you look in the mirror, and you don't recognize the man staring back. And the final blow. When you finally break under the pressure, she says, "You've changed." No, brother, you didn't change. You collapsed under a system designed to break you. Here's the truth few men can swallow. Manipulation doesn't work on a man who holds his boundaries, knows his value, and refuses emotional chaos. It only works on men who want to be liked more than respected, who can't tolerate her discomfort, who need her approval like oxygen. Hard to admit, but necessary. Here's how you break the cycle. 1. Become emotionally independent. Your emotions are your domain, not hers. 2. Reward stability. Withdraw from chaos. When she is calm, engaged, respectful, you lean in. When she is chaotic or manipulative, you disengage. 3. Adopt stoic masculinity. Calm speech, controlled breathing, minimal reactions. 4. Set non-negotiable boundaries. Not threats, not arguments, just rules you live by. 5. Know your value. The moment you see yourself as the prize, manipulation loses its leverage. And when you rise into this version of yourself, you stop being a man she can control and become a man she must respect.